So much of your life really comes down to the experiences that you have and how you perceive them. But if your mind is always running at 1,000 miles per second, then it's very difficult to actually enjoy what's happening in front of you and to take it in. If you're going to have a good life, you need to slow your brain down. Really, I mean that in the best way possible. Life is best lived in the present moment, not expecting what's going to happen and not regretting what already did happen. So if you make a decision today to say that, hey, I'm going to live my life right in this very moment. Whatever's in front of me, whatever I'm experiencing in this moment, I'm going to take it in fully. I'm going to be with it instead of waiting for the next, not being satisfied, not being happy, not being okay with what is. That resistance creates unhappiness. It's not what's going on outside. It's what's going on inside that reflects out, and then your external experiences will match up to what you are thinking and feeling all the time. If you wake up every morning and you are sour and bitter and you feel the world is against you and that humanity is evil, everything is wrong, then guess what? That reticular activation system of yours will find reasons to back that up. It'll keep coming up with more and more evidence that everything is wrong and that you should just give up. However, if you wake up thinking, you know what? I'm going to look for the good in people. I'm going to enjoy today. I'll find every reason possible to smile and to laugh and to really treat others the way that I would want to be treated. All of a sudden, the world turns around and everybody's good to you, and you notice all the things that are bright and positive. Until maybe something bad happens and you put your focus on that again and obsess. And that's where you need to really train your mind and practice controlling your reticular activation system on purpose, saying, what do I want to see? Because whatever you decide to look for, you will find. You'll also see other stuff, but you'll largely ignore it. And that's the thing that we don't realize. We ignore everything that we're not looking for. We don't really let it land. We don't take it in. You see, as human beings, we have a very skewed perception of our experiences. Maybe you remember a time in your life where everything was blissful, everything was wonderful. And so when you look back at that, you say, oh, it was such a great time. Things were so much better back then. But of course, they probably weren't. You just have rose-colored glasses on, and it's hard to spot that in yourself. It's easier to see it in others. So for a moment, look at how you are perceiving your life today, in this moment, and ask yourself, am I being biased? Am I looking for evidence to be unhappy, to overthink, to start to go into my old patterns because that's what I'm truly comfortable with? And in a sick way, it's what makes me happy, right? For so many of us, we think that we want to be our best selves. We really believe that we're trying our best, but we're not, because our minds are ran on autopilot. We're not even consciously making decisions, and we're not choosing what to look for. So I want you to start anchoring in good experiences that you have. I want you to take a moment when someone does something nice for you and really realize that, wow, this person went out of their way to make me happy. That's incredible. There's joy and bliss in that somebody cares. And what about when you do it for someone else? Even better, because the fulfillment that comes from helping someone is even greater than the fulfillment that comes from somebody else helping you. So the more that you do good things for other people, the happier you will be, the more joy you will feel, and in turn, you'll start noticing the things that are really good. So the real answer to how do you stop overthinking is do good things for other people and keep doing them for a little while to get your momentum. Get out of your head, and then you can start going, okay, what do I really want to do? What's important to me? What do I value? I'm not saying run around and be a people pleaser. I'm not telling you to make everybody else happy and ignore yourself. But rather, what I am saying is that if you do help other people, it'll make you forget to some extent for a time about your own problems. And it'll give you the energy to then start working on your own stuff. Because if you have no momentum, and if you're in your head, and if you're overthinking, then you're screwed. You can't move forward because your mind is blocking you. And this is how you unlock that block and finally release your energy again so that you can get fired up to do what you need to do. Even if you're not feeling good, even if you're not up for it, to get momentum, get out of your own head, do something that gets you into motion. Because the more that you sit around and think, the more that you bog yourself down in your head, the heavier you will feel, the more burdened and the more difficult it becomes to do anything. You become paralyzed. And if I saw that thinking a lot helped people, I would encourage it. But instead, what I noticed is the opposite. Even with myself, when I had social anxiety, I was overthinking. When I had depression, I was overthinking. And whenever I've been unhappy in my life, there's always been a link to too much time spent analyzing, breaking things down, really evaluating my life and whether or not I'm doing the right thing. Those are good when you're in a good state. Don't analyze, don't do big picture thinking when you're already in a slump. Get momentum by doing something that's fun and lighthearted, either by helping someone or maybe playing a sport that you enjoy or playing an instrument. It could be anything that takes your mind into a quiet place so you can calm down, slow down, and then you'll make way better decisions and you'll find that actually life isn't as dark and gloomy and difficult as your mind might have been making it out to be. Also, if you want to crush overthinking for good, as well as really level up yourself in every way possible, take your psychology to the next level, your mindset, but also be more successful externally, maybe build a business that you always wanted to, or start that project that you're passionate about, then head to erafael.com, book yourself a one-on-one call with me. We'll talk, see if you're a good fit for my flagship program, and then we might end up working one-on-one together, doing some coaching, and you'll also be joining an amazing community filled with like-minded people. So again, head over to erafael.com and you can book that call there. Talk to you soon, and I hope you enjoyed this one.